I've been doing a small repair to the stove. Find out more in this week's catch-up. Hi, and thanks for joining me. This is another midweek catch-up. We've done a few recently, and I expect there'll be more to come in time. But first of all, I'm Alan from my Narrowboat venture. Welcome aboard everyone. A big hello to all my new subscribers. Numbers are still growing and I thank you for your support and encouragement. It means a real lot to me, so keep that coming. And as long as you're there to support me, I'll do my best to keep making videos for you, both cruising and DIY. I have a little something coming up for you in a minute, which is a small DIY job. But first, you may recall some weeks ago I mentioned a little gizmo that David had suggested I buy, and it was one of these. You put it over your nose and then put the mask on top of it. You do the two together actually, you can't sort of do that because it falls off. I bought some of these. I thought it was a good idea. They come in all sorts of different colours. I've got yellow here and green and mauve or purple. Never been really good on mauve and purple colours, but blue, white. They come in various different colours. They're very cheap. You just do a search on something like eBay. I'm sure other sites are available, and you just do a search for nose whatever, and you'll find them. They're only a few pounds and you can get several for that sort of money, so not a big outlay. The big question is, does it work? Well, I've got a brand new one of these. These are the type of masks that I've been wearing, and what I've been doing is I've been taking I'll just bend this in the middle because I tend to make it easier. I tend to put that in there like that and sort of do this, and once that's on, I don't think you can actually see it, so that should be round there. So this is how I go shopping. When I go shopping, you can see, I think, as I'm speaking to you, that I am steaming up a bit. So yeah, you see, I just breathed out, and can you see that I'm steamed up? So the question, does it work, I think has probably answered itself. So I think generally I have to say it's a good idea, but I'm sort of 50-50 on it. I think if you're just walking around by yourself and you're wearing it, that you might be lucky and not steam up, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Oh, that's a good thing, isn't it? I think you've got to hold your breath, so not steam up, funny enough, but yeah, it's worth giving it a go. They're only a few pounds, easily available. They might work for you or they might not. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is cruising series. I've just finished publishing my cruise to Foxton Locks. I showed the outward journey and the return journey over 6 episodes. Many of you will know that I have just recently had new batteries fitted, and I did go out on a short cruise to test those, and I did film, and that film will be made into hopefully 2, possibly 3 episodes. So look forward to those coming. If I can get it finished, and I'm sure I will, the first episode will be out this weekend. Can't say yet what day that will be, but keep your eyes peeled. It will either be Saturday or Sunday. I do have some other commitments this week which might stop me from getting on with that. So hopefully the first episode will be out at the weekend, so please look out for that. What I'm going to show you now is a little job I'm doing on the stove. You may recall last year that I renewed the seal around the collar where the stovepipe comes in at the top of the stove. Well, that didn't last very well, and I've made a short film of me doing something about that, so I won't say too much now, but take a look and see what you think. Some of you may recall that last year I renewed the fire cement around the collar at the top of the stove. Unfortunately, at the time I did it, the fast cement that I used was very wet. It had come in a tub, and I used it and did the best job I could, and then I heated it as recommended, slow heat over 4 hours. I didn't think that was going to work somehow, and I was proved right, because after a period of time the fast cement started crumbling away. So let me show you what actually happened. Let's move that out of the way for the moment. You can see here that the condition of it is very poor indeed. That happened shortly after I did it, as I recall. I must say I can't remember exactly when it was, but very disappointing in a way. Underneath the fast cement, at the top of the collar, there is a proper rope seal, and that was in good condition when I looked last year, so I'm not intending to replace that, but my idea today is to remove the fast cement from around the collar and use this as a replacement. This has very kindly been donated, not specifically to me, but another moorer actually bought this and used it on his boat. It's black fast cement, and as you see it comes in a tube rather than a tub, and it was offered by the manager of the marina to any moorer that might want to make use of it. And I sort of put my hand up and said, yes please, that would be great. I knew I had this job to do, and I thought it would come in handy. So this is what I'm going to use. It's by Vitkas. Can you see that? Vitkas. Never used it before. It will be a different texture, obviously, to the fast cement that came in the tub. So I'm hoping I can do a better, longer lasting job. But first of all, I just need to tidy a few things away from around the stove, because it's going to get a bit messy, and then I'll try and get rid of this this seal around here. Just move in the coal bucket as well. Bits here. Yeah, it's certainly very loose. Look at it. Well, that was quite straightforward, as I thought it would be. Well, I've cleaned it up around the collar. The instructions say you need to make the surface damp before applying the cement mortar, so I'm going to do that now. Let's see how I get on with the application. Difficult to know where to start. Oh, it's very wet. I wasn't expecting that. Oh dear. Yes, oops, dear. It's a lot wetter than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to have a thicker constituency than it has had. think the more I touch it, the worse it's going to be. I think I'll leave it at that for now. It's never easy filming these tricky jobs. There's a lack of space. I've got my chair right next to the stove and the sofa on the other side, and getting access in for cameras and to show you what I'm doing. I've done the best I can. I'm going to leave it for now. I'm not going to light the fire immediately. I'm going to light the fire a little bit later on. As I say, it's much wetter than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a slightly drier sort of substance. And I think I might, once I've dried it out, go round it again for the second time. It does suggest on the instructions that it might, once it's dried out, crack a little bit, and to sort of redo it. But I think I'd be tempted to do that anyway, whether it cracks or not. So I'm going to leave that there for now, and catch up with you later. After I finished dealing with the flue, I heard a noise outside the boat, so went to investigate and found this. This is actually the Environment Agency looking for Zander fish. Zander is a member of the perch family, and they are very predatory. They are a non-native species, so periodically they are taken out of the water. A small electrical charge is given to the water, which is quite safe and stuns the fish, which brings them to the surface so they can be collected. Hello! The instructions recommend to light a fire, gradually increasing the heat over 4 hours. I'm not really sure how you do that, but I'm just going to light a small fire. Let's see if I can get this going. Well, I've lit the fire, as you've seen. I'll need to keep tending to it to make sure it keeps going. Sometimes the fires do tend to go out. I've only tried to make a small fire, which should provide gradual heat. Looks as though it's in risk of going out though, but some of the coals are well burning. That's better. It's the day after I resealed the Flue collar. I've had a close look at it. It hasn't cracked at all. So that's good. It seems to be fairly dry. I had a good fire going last night in the end, so that would have dried it right through. I think I'll give it a couple of more days or several more goings with the fire to see if it does crack. It's a little bit untidy. I will try and clean it up a bit, but apart from that, I'm quite happy with the result. Well, I hope you enjoyed that catch up. I hope you're all keeping safe and well, you, your friends and families. That is most important. As many of you know, England is in lockdown again. I have to refer to England as opposed to the UK because Scotland and Wales are doing different things, and I know Wales is out of it at the moment. I'm not quite sure what's happening with Scotland, but each country is doing its own thing. So I'm only talking about England. England is still in lockdown up until the 2nd of December. It was like a 4-week or month period, and we've got another 2 weeks to go. I think that's about right. Another 2 weeks to go with that. So a lot of people are obviously sort of isolating, or they're not communicating or mixing with other people in the normal sort of way. It has been very difficult for many people. I know that some people get lonely, and fortunately I'm not like that, so I've had no problems like that. I'm happy with my own company, which is fine. So I've not had any major problems. Mainly staying in the marina and just going out for shopping, so that's all good from my point of view. So again, many thanks for watching. It's good to have you along with me. I enjoy your company very much. Keep a lookout for the new series coming out at the weekend. As I say, I'm not sure what day that will be, but Saturday or Sunday, whatever day suits and when I'm ready to do it. So the last and final words is take care, take the utmost care I should say, look after yourselves, stay well, keep safe, bye for now.